This is a Kenmore washer and dryer set made by LG, and I wanted to explain a few things about this set here. And my name is Mike, and I am a consumer, and the reason for this video today is to explain a problem that the dryer is having here, this Kenmore dryer. This is a matching set, a Kenmore set, and the washing machine is the 410 73310. The dryer is the 810 73310 model. The dryer is a 9 cubic foot, washer is 5.2 cubic foot. And I bought this because I want something with a lower, bigger capacity for comforters and such, you know, something. And the washing machine works great. The dryer works great unless you go to use what they call the steam refresh mode. And for all practical purposes, I just have this taped off, and I'll show you what it does. There's a complaint, like I say, of so we'll put it on steam refresh. We'll just put it on number 3, 3 close, up to 3 close there, and we'll start it. And I'll put the drum light on here so you can see. Okay, now, like I said, the complaint was water leaking on the floor on this dryer. What it does is it goes in steam refresh mode, and they've been having complaints with the bottom of the dryer. There's weep holes on the front of the dryer, and I have the pedestals right now, and when it goes in steam refresh mode, the water will leak into the pedestals, and mine is in a basement, so I don't have too much. I mean, I still have a complaint, but I'm not going to get a nice wooden floor or something all messed up, you know, water damage on it. And what I wanted to tell you is why. All right, a lot of people's having these problems, and they don't really realize why they're having the problem. And it takes about 2 minutes. It's when you start to steam over, it's a 20-minute process. What happens is there's a steam generator, and once it gets hot enough, it starts pumping the steam into the dryer via a nozzle in the top of the dryer. And what this machine really does, why it leaks, is, and I urge anyone that has the Kenmore 9 cubic foot steam with the real steam, the tru-steam technology, or the LG, because LG makes this, remember. And LG has the same problem, and they're having a lot of more complaints than Kenmore even online, but it's just because Kenmore's newer and you don't see as many yet. But what they fail to tell you, they say, well, it's leaking through the vent, the vent's plugged out, but they give all kinds of reasons. But the real reason is anybody's guess, it's a lack of doing a good study on it before they shove it out the door, or after they engineer it. So it's an engineering defect. When they engineered it, the steam generator doesn't get the water up to steam temperature before it starts pumping the steam into the dryer. Therefore, it pumps it out and squirts water into the drum until it gets hot enough, and then it'll start pumping steam. But when it does this, if you had a load of clothes in, it just starts squirting like you squirt with a hose or a squirt gun, you know. And then the fines start coming out of steam. But then the dryer can't handle all this water, so the water goes from the drum through the felt seals into the front of the dryer and drips down. And that's why it happens. And and people doesn't realize that. And this is exactly. It's a big problem, and I've had this is my 4th dryer. I have another one on the way again, same exact dryer. 2 steam generators been replaced in 2 of the dryers, including this one, and they all do the same thing. So they need to re-engineer it, and LG is not taking responsibility. Sears has been very good. They've been out here trying to fix it. And my last appointment, the Sears guy seen one of my videos I had on YouTube. And he said, there's no sense in me coming out, there's nothing I can do. They realize there's a problem, but they're just not fixing it. So anybody wanting to purchase one of these beware, you know. So I'm going to move this camera up into the dryer itself and let you see exactly what's going on. See it? It's squirting water out when it gets up to temperature into the dryer itself. See all the water? It just squirts out, and then after a bit, after it comes up to temperature, it stops, and that's just normal. The dryer will cycle. It'll run for a bit, and then now you can see, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but now it's finally starting to steam. Let me turn this light back on here. And now you can see it finally starting to steam. But sometimes the water even squirt more than that. Now look at the water on the bottom of the drum too. Look at this. Oh, the lens is fogging up now because it's steaming. But you kind of get the picture. You've seen it squirting water and such forth. And that's just the nature of this technology is not. I shouldn't say that it's not perfected. In my way of thinking, there is a control board that controls everything on the dryer, and the control board is letting the steam generator start pumping. It's activating the pump in the steam generator to start pumping water, the steam, before it gets hot enough, and so they need to re-engineer it, redesign it. And then you can see all the water in here, and eventually, right here in the bottom, there's like weep holes right along the bottom here, and it'll start running out and going into the drawer, into the pedestal, or onto a floor. So LG, I wish they would accept the responsibility that they made a defective product, that they engineered something that doesn't work. So now there's thousands of these dryers being sold, LG and Kenmore alike, and they all do the same thing, because the tru-steam technology would work if they would have it start pumping at the proper time. And that's just my opinion. But there's definitely an engineered defect. And see how it cycles back and forth. And like I say, it is pumping steam now, but only after it pumps water. And sometimes it'll pump water a lot longer than that. Sometimes it'll pump water for the first 2 minutes at least and just start squirting and squirting, even get more water than that before it starts steaming. So, like I say, buyer beware. And I would just like to say, LG, shame on you. I find it so hard to believe that a reputable company like LG would put out a product like this and not stand behind it. Even to the fact that I had a technician, a Sears technician over here one time. He was on the phone with the Kenmore technician out of Texas, which in turn called an LG technician, and this LG technician was very nasty. I was there for the conversation. Very nasty, and didn't want to admit there was a problem. We tried everything. They even had me put salt in the water. But as you can see, I do have a water purification system here. My hardness is a grain 10. And you are supposed to use tap water for these, so it will steam better. So that's why we tried the salt, according to the, per the technician's advice out of Texas. And it's nothing to do with that, though. They really try. They go out on a limb to try, but in reality, it's an engineering flaw. It needs to get redesigned and put out to the customer. And a callback, either that or a maintenance work order on all these dryers needs to be done, because they are not going to work until it is properly designed to work, no matter what they do. So I just want to let you, the customer, and any Sears technician know that if you get a call for this, that's what's going on. Alright, thanks, and LG, I hope you take responsibility and do something. That's all I got. By the way, I have the 5th dryer coming out today, which I know, of course, after 4 dryers and 6 steam generators, 4 including in the dryers plus 2 to replace. and they keep saying it's a steam generator. Well, it's not. So in light of that, we just hope they come up with, the engineers get back together and say, okay, let's fix the problem instead of keep selling defective dryers to consumers. $3,000 set, you know, over $3,000 plus. The pedestals, the dryer, the washer, $1,700 to $1,500 to $1,700 on each piece, plus the pedestals. But you pay that much for a piece of equipment, and you would hope that you get what you pay for. Like I said, the dryer works great by itself. When you try to use the steam, it's a no-go. It's a true steam, and they just, once they get it fixed, it would be a good dryer. But until then, you're wasting your money. Okay, that's all I have.